We're just gonna wait for the green light. Wait for the green light. All right, we're live. Hi, everybody. It's me, Teverz, and the old Tantrum Dude. And we have an extremely special guest on. I mean, besides DaButcher is always extremely special, but we do have Caira on here. And we will have Trooper pop in and out just to let you guys all know that. Now, today's discussion is on legit versus third-party add-on discussion. And the differences in there. And I probably didn't warn everybody about that, did I, Butch?
No.
Although I'm pretty sure you're up to that conversation.
I'll figure it out as we go.
Oh, yeah. If anybody knows anything about third-party versus legit, that would be you.
Yeah, I've been around. First you called me special, and now let's see. Now I've been around, so I'm not sure if I'm wearing a helmet or if I'm a hoe. So, but go ahead.
Maybe you're just a helmeted hoe.
Yeah. Oh, hey, there you go. That is actually probably true.
Well, at least you know you're safe that way.
Yeah. Practice safety.
All right, so Chad wanted to know what the topic was. Well, pay attention, bud. We just told you. And I mean that very nicely, Chad.
What's up, Chad?
I thought, hey Stu, I thought today would be a great time after everything that happened this week, and you know, people seeing things go down, things disappear, and I thought it was a great topic that we could bring up in the sense of what add-ons shouldn't be running away, like the legit ones.
Mm-hmm.
And what do we constitute as legit?
YouTube?
YouTube, Adult Swim, ones that are pulling from sites that give the content as fair use or free use.
Mm-hmm.
So, podcast websites with the latest placenta update, you got to bring that one out there because that is free content that it's pulling there. Any add-on that uses a login for example, an NBA.com account, Spotify account, things like that, that use add-ons for legitimate services.
Yeah.
Hey, and what do we call third party? Notice I didn't use the word illegitimate or illegit, or you know.
Well, wouldn't third party still be official? Official.
It can, yeah. It would still be.
They're not actually made by Kodi, but
Yeah.
Kodi gives their permission to, and they've been approved to be put on the Kodi repo, which that's still third party. But yeah, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, anything the Kodi team doesn't sign off on, they consider third party.
Okay.
But
Well, I'll tell you one good one is Funny or Die. I don't know.
Yeah.
Funny or Die website, and I love that website.
Ooh, I don't think I've ever seen that one.
Oh, Will Ferrell actually was one of the founding. He actually helped fund it.
Yeah.
And it's got a lot of his videos in. What's it? Zach Galifianakis, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
From The Hangover. He has Between the Ferns. If you've ever heard when he does like this little video shorts, it airs on Funny or Die. There's a lot of stuff that airs on there.
Yeah.
And that's all free content.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, they got some really good quality stuff on there too. I mean, as far as that, you know, really good stuff.
I'm gonna let you know there are a few people asking about where are add-ons and stuff like that, guys. I'm gonna tell you the truth right now. I'm telling you guys out there that I've told everybody else. Okay, if you really want to know when these things are or where they are, you really need to talk to the developers, because at this point, I think they're the only one that could truthfully answer that. Because if we, I don't want to put any developer in a place. I might know where to find that stuff, but I think that that's gonna put a spotlight on a developer that I'm not willing to do. So you guys, if you can refrain from asking that and go and find the dev and ask them.
Most of them, if they're public, if they want to be in that situation, usually you can find them on Twitter or places like that. If they want to be in that situation. Yeah,
and as far as right now with the Tantrum and Blamo repos, I'll be posting updates on that as far as here on YouTube as we make progress on those today. So you can just keep an eye open for that, and that'll take care of that part of it.
And there is lots of repos that are having issues due to GitLab.
Yep.
Have I read that there's a lot of issues? So
it's weird. You can part of the way a repo works is it has the add-ons.xml, which is how it pulls that list of what it shows you. And there's a file that contains the hash of it to make sure it's the legitimate uncopied version. And one of the things I'm seeing is I make that hash, I upload the files, for example, and if I download that file again, it's got a completely different hash. There's some characters or white space encoding, something in it that's been changed during the commit, and it's causing them to throw an error and they can't connect to the repo because of it. And from what I'm seeing, I'm seeing that with other repos as well that use GitLab.
We're getting an error 22 when, like Tantrum and I are finding that when you're downloading something off of GitLab, it's there. Like the links are working, but when you're in Kodi, it gives us an error 22, which means it's a syntax error, but there's no syntax errors. Like if you still click on the link for the zip file, it'll work. I have a funny feeling. Personal opinion, I think GitLab did something so that it won't download to Kodi. That's where I'm looking at.
It's very possible because of the headers that they use. I mean, it's easy to block if it's a specific header.
Yep. Oh, and Caira's muted herself. But I love Caira's voice. That's a bad girl.
No, I'm still here.
Okay.
I'm still here. I'm just doing some things in the background. I'm going to go and put my dinner on, but I will be back. That's how I muted myself, so I'm just going into my kitchen. Unless you want to come and join me in the kitchen.
No comment.
Making sandwiches.
Don't start.
I couldn't help it. I would have not brought it up if you wouldn't have said you're going into the kitchen. Griff would tell me thank you. That's what.
Yes, I know he would. So I will be back. I'm still here in the background. I know you like my voice and all that, Teverz, but come on, just I'll talk to you. I'll send you some voice messages.
Okay, I can save those. Yeah.
Since you brought it up, if you are making sandwiches, I wouldn't mind one.
That's just no funny anymore. It's still no funny.
Griff's asking for his.
I did make a good sandwich, but I'm away to make my dinner, so I will be back, and I'm all here in the background.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Hurry up.
Speaking of which, I'll probably go make me one here in a bit. Because now y'all got me hungry.
Oh, heck at all these weird people showing up in the chat room. Like, who the heck is Midrow? Sorry. And we got Griffin in there and Alpha. It's a busy chat room. Well, anyway, so legit versus third party, and we define third party as and then okay, so we should define illegit as anything that's using copyrighted according to ACE.
Or MPAA actually, because ACE is just a group of networks and corporations and organizations.
Well, aren't they a hired firm?
Yeah. Or in Canada, it's Smarts and Bigger, just to let you know. And Demetrology, or Demi, actually put out a video this morning that he got served as well, too.
Yep.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, because he's got that quote unquote super repo of repos.
Well, he said it was for his build.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yep.
And see, I still haven't been served. I don't know if it's because they don't want to come onto the compound or what. It's a few people pointed out it looks like I live on a compound, on a mountainside. But I haven't. And hell, I've got 4 builds out, repo up and all that. But of course, most of my add-ons too are all the ones that serve YouTube content, things like that. So I don't know.
Somebody wanted to know what was the name of that funny site again?
Funny or Die.
That's right.
Like I said, Will Ferrell actually co-founded it. And if you look up the landlord, the funniest video, the landlord, and it's got Will Ferrell in it. It's classic. Every time I watch it, I'm like, I have all my money. Man, quit coming around here.
I want my money, bitch.
You've been drinking already?
Little 3-year-old kid.
Oh yeah, it's classic. You guys need to see it.
Yeah, it's one of his most classic works.
Yeah, the landlord.
Another site that I miss is, and I don't know if there's an add-on for it or not, and it would be open content as well, would be Adam Films, if you remember them. They were kind of like Funny or Die, except I think all their stuff was animated.
I'm not used to any of that stuff, so believe it or not, I don't watch a lot of stuff.
These are all from back in the day.
That's what I'm just.
If you don't watch a lot of stuff, what do you do, Teverz?
Do you really want me to say that on public?
Yeah.
Huh?
I mean, if you don't watch seriously, you don't watch like Game of Thrones or anything like that.
Well, yeah, but I mean, that's it was 6 episodes or something the last time. I don't have a lot of time to sit and watch. Unless I'm sitting with my wife in the evening, I don't normally watch TV.
Like even films. What was the last film you watched?
Something 12 long, or the 12 honorable, or 12 something. The 12 soldiers that rode on horses in Afghanistan or something.
All right.
And I watched that yesterday because I'm taking a break from everybody messaging me. I'm just done.
Do you get a lot of messages?
Oh yeah, that's honestly from Monday until Thursday, or from the shake-up Tuesday. Was it Tuesday or Monday? Right up until Thursday, I was spending at least 8 to 10 hours a day trying to answer questions to everybody.
Oh my god, that is a lot of hours.
And I was at work, so all I did is just started to gather messages and PMs and posts, and I replied to about 5%.
Oh my god.
And today I actually responded to some people's because it was my first day off since last week. Didn't have time to screw them.
Me, I just throw a video up. I'm like, here's the answer everybody wants to know.
Is that Blue that joined us?
Yep.
Hi, Blue.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Sorry, I had my TV blast in there.
It's okay. You're forgiven.
Blue, I'm just going to make a sandwich. Do you want me to make you one?
Yes, please.
Someone needs a teacher.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, Todd, eh? Todd won't marry me unless I start learning how to make it.
Griff told me that I needed to have that in a prenuptial. He says that needs to be in a prenuptial, and you also need to have verification. You need to be able to make numerous sandwiches. Make a good sandwich.
Well, do you not take any lunch to work, Todd? So do you make your own sandwiches?
I have to. I mean, I live on my own, so.
Yeah. So you make your own sandwiches and take your lunch into work with you?
Well, yeah, I take my lunch some days, and then McSalty's gets the rest of my money.
Yeah.
And placenta is not done, guys. It's just having some difficulties.
Yeah.
Well, the add-on itself works. It's just the repo.
Yeah.
We gotta get straight. So, and Teverz and me are going to be on that later today.
That's like most of the stuff in the last few days. Like, if you have it, it's working. It's just trying to get it.
Well,
it's up and going.
And it just so happened right before all this hit, I did a really big update to placenta, so everybody's splitting it.
I will. There was a question about metallic that I saw up there earlier.
Yep.
Just to let people know that if you having some issues with metallic and errors, you need to create your own APIs. The APIs have been removed or revoked, the ones that were in it. So you may find that, say, movies doesn't work, but TV does, and that's due to the APIs. Just fix that yourself, and then that's on you. So that it's up and running. But you're not going to find that on a repo. That is a gone add-on. So if you don't have it, you're not going to get it.
Yeah, maybe somebody will step up and fork it. You know.
Maybe.
And that's one of them add-ons that if you fork it, you know, and a couple people are doing it together, you know, and they put it in their own repo, that would be great, because, you know, that's not an add-on that technically can get hit by any organization, because all it is an interface to access other add-ons.
Yeah, but
well, you know,
they can write whatever they want on their paper. So
true.
They can write what they think is, but it is right. And I tell you, it is one of my most favorite add-ons for just adding the library. I mean, if the library feature was just top-notch.
Our last conversation about placenta and add to library, it's already fully integrated.
Well, I saw you do the video where you did it old school, and you went and you had to add it as a source, and then you had to add, is that a movie or a TV? That's all old, like, you know, did that back when. But with Metallic, you don't even do that. You just ran it, and it created its own movie and TV folder and set the source. So that was the only difference, is that it automatically set the source. You didn't have to go in and find it and then say, all right, this folder is TV, or this folder is movies, or this folder is music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I watched your video and I was like, yeah, that's how we used to do it.
Well, it's how I still do it, okay?
Well, Metallic did make it easier. I mean, you ran it and it's done.
See, then I got to do something else and learn something else.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry, I was just going to answer for Glenn. He was wondering because of the Acer add-ons gone for good. Well, truth is, Glenn, yeah, some of them are going to be gone for good. True. But every other shakeup that happens, there's just more developers come out, and more add-ons come, and we get to enjoy new stuff in the meantime.
Exactly. I mean, we used to have NaviX and Mashup and Exodus and Genesis, and they're all gone now, and that's still just fine.
Life is right. And I saw that someone posted, I guess somebody's doing videos that Metallic is on another repo. Well, yeah, I mean, you can go to Super Repo and find it. You can go to all kinds of people will grab somebody's add-on and place it in a repo. And we've in the past have said, be careful of that, because there's no developer going to be updating that, because you're not getting from the official. Yep. So I guess at this point, you're probably okay, because that add-on has been
removed.
It's been removed and canceled, and it's not going to be updated anymore. That add-on is no longer going to be developed. So the only thing is the players and all of that stuff that were hosted, I believe, as a module.
Yeah, they were.
So if you had Metallic, that doesn't mean you had the player. So I don't know whose repo that's on and how it's set up. So maybe it works, maybe it don't. I don't know. Just saying.
Yeah.
Hey, Griffin wants to know if there's a placenta sandwich.
Freaking correct.
Oh, come on. And Alpha wants to know if the super repo is gone.
I really think we need to get up in this sandwich shit. The sandwich stuff is done. Over.
There was one day where I think some strange guy just added to like one of the chat groups and started asking me to make a sandwich. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
Oh,
I don't even know who you are.
I mean, it was funny at first, but now it's just like... No.
Yeah, it's burned itself out.
Yeah, please give it up. Please, please, please.
Because no matter what you say, I ain't making you a sandwich.
Yes, yes.
Hey, I got a technical question. Can I ask a technical question on here?
Yes.
Do you guys use Sublime at all?
Yeah. Oh, the text editor. Yeah.
Yeah. And do you run Python in it?
I haven't run a script. No.
Okay, because I'm having trouble running it. I was just hoping somebody could help me, but that's okay.
I know.
Blue thingy uses Sublime. What do you call him? Apprentice. He is top notch with Sublime. So, and I think he runs Python through it.
Actually, he and I just went right through it together, and it's working on his and not on mine. So,
right.
I'm not sure what's going on.
What OS are you running?
Windows.
Windows. Okay, never mind. I was getting ready to say I know Mint and a few other Linux distributions are being pushed right now with a old version of Python that has to be updated.
Okay, yeah, see, he's running his on a Mac. So, I wonder if that makes any difference, because the exact same Py file works. I mean, it looks like it's running, hitting Control B, but all I'm getting is it just says finished in 0.8 seconds, and that's it. When I have a print in it, it should print, not. So, okay, let's move on, because I'll figure it out. I just use Google.
I was going to say that about trying Google to see if anything comes up.
Google is your friend.
I use it a lot, and that's why I'm always telling people to use it instead of being lazy. But I just thought if you guys had a quick fix, because I've tried Google and I've tried Apprentice. But
I use Notepad++, so I tried Sublime, but I couldn't really get into it.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I just gotta get this running.
I'm used to Notepad++ myself, so that's what I've been using.
Yeah, I'm kind of used to that as well.
I mean, I could use technically Visual Studio, but it just takes that forever to load, and for my purposes, it would just be overkill, so I don't bother with it.
Yeah. Well, I have a question now. I did ask it in the Gen chat. Was what's the best video thing for Windows 10? The video recorder, so like on your laptop, when you do like a video it records. Because I know Blue, you mentioned one, and I was going to go for that, but I forgot all about it.
Sorry, what?
For screen recording?
Yes.
Yes.
I use Screen-O-Matic myself, but it costs a couple bucks. But it's cheap.
Yeah, I don't mind paying for something, but the one that I was trying was like $40, and I thought that's quite expensive.
Yeah.
Jackie, mine was like 18. Mine was 18 Canadian, and it's got editing tools and everything. It's wonderful.
Yeah, it's just for my family. It's just so when I do a video that I can do it on my laptop and I can send it to them instead of doing it on my phone, kind of thing. So can you send me what it is you use so I don't forget? Just on Telegram, if you can send it to me, because I know yours was a lot cheaper than the ones that I was searching for.
Yep, no problems.
That's great.
I think
Thank
when
you.
I put one in chat, yes, if it was a virus.
Right.
How do you get to Modib? I hope he's talking about the repo, but how does he get? You got to climb up the mountain.
There's a few twists and turns to get there. Now, right now, the Tantrum repo is getting DDoS, so it's down at the moment too because of that.
Right.
Fortunately, it's on the same server as my website and everything else, so all that's down right now.
Yeah, somebody loves you.
Evidently, I mean, it was, let's see, what was it? Over 30 million requests in the past 24 hours.
Wow.
I see, and that's what I love about my server. So, I've had people try and attack me for other legit websites I've had. It always fails.
Well, mine usually does, but every so often they finally get to the point to where they finally affect it. And there's not much that the host can do at that point.
So what you're saying is somebody put out an add-on that everybody uses, and when they click on things, it DDoSes your website.
Well, no, it shouldn't be.
What? I can't believe someone would do that.
Sorted it.
What a great idea. Next.
So for anybody who's using Sublime on Windows and they want to run it in it, sometimes before you get it running, you got to, instead of hitting just Control B, you hit Control Shift B, pick Python, and then when you run Control B again, it works. There we go. Technical knowledge mixed in with all the sandwich talk.
I'm just going to go back to my Notepad +++++ and yeah.
Exactly, with all my little plugins in it for stuff.
Yeah. What is the purpose of this live chat, Glenn? What? You get the privilege and honor to listen to us great people here. That's the biggest thing.
There was a question in here. It's like Adnan wanted to know: is it necessary for everyone who creates an add-on to take publicly credit for it? No, there's lots of people that have private add-ons that they don't push, promote, talk about. They just, maybe friends and family have it. Lots and lots of those. Seen a lot of the people, even in the Gen Chat, that actually created add-ons and never distributed it, never, weren't looking for credit. And so, yes, lots of people can do that. I think you're going to find lots more people doing that moving forward, because it's not so much about the credit that people want. They just want whatever content that they're wanting at a particular time. So I think you'll see more and more people doing that without saying nothing about it. I think you actually saw that with what's it? Ectos. Ectos was not a public add-on until somebody found it on with the Git browser and found it, and then started doing videos on it. So it wasn't meant to even be out there, but somebody found it and put it out there.
That was a good point. You're right on that one.
Mm-hmm. And that was why he pulled it there at one point.
Oh, I remember that whole discussion.
Mm-hmm.
It's APK time. Love you too, zombie.
APKs are great for backups, I ain't gonna knock them.
That's what a lot of people are recommending. Like, if you're having an issue with Kodi, go to Terrarium. Is that how you pronounce that word?
Terrarium or FreeFlix.
FreeFlix is another great one.
Yeah, both of them have real to brid. It has tracked integration. It has lots of features. So,
oh yeah.
All my family members, I tell them, here's your options, and give people options so that maybe I have less phone calls.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Did you see that is there a way to get a hold of the Gen template? I believe it's been uploaded. The zip file's been uploaded by some people. I will try to get that. I will try to get that zip file URL to Teverz to get that, because I know that there was a few people that had uploaded that, and I think also the Borg was uploaded. It was so that it was distributed. It wouldn't be through a repo. It'd be just you download it. And I think that the Borg was called the Team add-on. So I will try to find those URLs and post those so that people can get it without having to use a repo. And I don't know a lot about the universal scrapers thing. I know that some people I'd heard forked off the NAN one and done stuff, but I don't know a lot about that.
It's official.
Okay. All right. So the thing is that there was what, 180 people in the Gen Chat when all this popped, and so the NAN group basically stopped. Everybody stopped and said, you know what, this isn't worth it. But there's 180 people in there that had add-ons. Well, let's just say half of them had add-ons. So those people, some of those people are like, no, we're not going to let it die. So they went and did what's happened to a lot of add-ons. They forked it and they'll find people to maintain it and do whatever they're going to do. And I guess it'll live on that way for them. And again, I don't know. I don't have all the information because I haven't been part of that. So I'm guessing if I get some information, I'll share it with people, but I don't know firsthand. So I can't say how or what or who, because I don't know how it's going to work.
Oh, and by the way, Teverz, yeah. Actually, it's Kodi that's DDoSing me.
It is?
Yeah, and I don't mean Kodi TV. I mean the app. There has been, so far this month, almost 40 million requests for my MD5 file.
Wow.
And the majority of the refers are Android.
Over
the past 24 hours.
Somebody doesn't like you.
Well, my guess is it's, I did the repo update yesterday and everything was fine.
Yep.
I added in module crawl and some other stuff, the same thing like we got on Blamos, because of where I got chocolate salty balls married on it. And, the repo updates, evidently that and a build update is, for one of the builds, is evidently what's causing it.
Wow. Somebody's doing it. Yep.
Well, and my guess is it's just where either my repo or builds or combined is just on so many freaking boxes out there that it's causing it. I mean, like the number one referral is Android 5.1.1 and it's at, by itself, just that one referral, it's at 16 million requests.
I'm going to answer a quick question for you, Gene. For educational purposes, where can I find movies for my Plex box? What you do is you go down to Walmart, buy the movie, take it home, rip it, put it on your computer. There you go.
Or, I did this, for educational purposes. There's an application out there called DVD Shrink, which doesn't work for everything today. Only for older stuff, usually. And Netflix. I'm just saying.
I use Netflix.
Well, I mean, for, if you got where they send DVDs to your house. Or Redbox. Just saying. I can tell you how to do it. There's sites out there that tell you how to do it.
Yep. See, that would be illegal for me to tell you how to get copyrighted materials to download for your Plex server.
Yep. So I'm just gonna say, Redbox, Netflix, and do your research. Google is your friend.
Hey, and the other thing, we had a question in here about the new universal scrapers. Wanted to know if that was replacing the NAND scrapers.
It's a fork of.
Yes, it is. There's no need to get all weird about it. Yeah, it is.
It's just a fork. I mean,
Yep.
It's being maintained by a lot of the original people. So yeah, it is. Some have gone, some have stayed. Just to be clear.
Yeah, it's
not like
gonna be
one. It's the same group.
Use.
That all the NAND guys are gone.
Yep.
I don't know the answer to this one. How do you get rid of Terrarium, the TV pop-up during watching a movie in Kodi?
Oh, it's the ad. They're talking about the ads.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's in Terrarium, yeah, but not in Kodi.
No, that's just it. Some of your APKs out there, and I can't remember which ones. Plus, I haven't been doing as much with the APKs lately. They'll launch a service on your box and display ads no matter what you're in, intermittently. I'm trying to remember which APKs it was, but definitely go through the APKs you have installed for movies and TV shows and live TV. And each day, remove only one and see if you have that issue continue. Remove it, restart the device, go a day without that one on there. If it still happens, you know you didn't get that one, move on next day, move on to the next APK till you find the one that's doing it. Because that is, I guarantee, one of those doing it, because I've seen it in the past.
What do you think about TTV? I've never tested any of these APKs. I know, but you have, Tantrum.
Yep, I like TTV, but now my main thing with it is the Windows version, because it's actually better. The Windows version is. Now, as far as the APK, it's not too bad. I don't know if there's ad-free versions out there that anybody's released. But I recommend looking at, you know, if you're gonna get one, get the one with the ones from the developers with the ads, because they will auto update. If someone goes in, they remove the ads, it won't auto update anymore. And so, you know, to me that's an issue. But if you've got a valid or solid source for getting them APKs without the ads, then you can try that when updates come out, just to keep updated. But outside of that, you'd have to look at using an ad blocker like Blockada or some of the others. Some APKs are forceful, and the ads work on them no matter what. But your free ad blockers work by routing you through a VPN. So keep that in mind if you're looking at free ad blockers for APKs. Then you know, if you have issues in Kodi and you're running an ad blocker, disable it, because it may be using a VPN. That may be what's causing the issue for you.
See, I'm learning.
I've done ad blocker videos too, so a lot of people don't realize that the free ones, most of them run the ad blocking by using a VPN to block it at a server.
Right. Do we think that the APK people are going to get letters? Oh, probably eventually.
Mm-hmm. And then they may already have and just said screw you. I mean, we don't know. You know, they're not as in the public eye, so to speak, as much as developers are with coding add-on. So I mean, it's hard to say. I would assume they will eventually.
Mm-hmm. I would think so. I mean, they're and plus there's a money trail.
Yeah, exactly.
Between the ads or donations or pro,
yep.
You're going to have pretty easily to follow that money trail on that part. So.
Yep. And Roro's seen the comment about that new fork. Click here. Yeah, that add-on cracks me up because it's got 100. I made a comment the other day about this in Telegram. It's got 173 scrapers. It is a Covenant fork. At least 50 of them scrapers are from Placenta. And I say that because I checked a bunch of them and they were line for line identical to Placenta scrapers. And it doesn't get many more results with 3 times the amount of scrapers.
So they would make it copies, clones?
Yeah, they were copying it over and just removing my headers, all they did.
Well, but I mean, to have that many scrapers, nobody else is out there cramming out that many scrapers.
No,
you can't just mass produce them.
Yeah, they got a bunch of dead ones from other add-ons.
So they just went and stuck them in there and acted like they're working, but they're really not working. It just gives you the number that it says, oh, it's scraping this many. And the other goes back to how many links do you need to watch something?
Exactly. That's why Placenta doesn't give many. I
mean, one good one, that's all you need.
Yep.
And people, I know I want to have 100. Why?
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever.
Placenta's down to 50 some odd scrapers between movies. Some are movies only, some are TV shows only, some are both. But and the main reason that I cut it back was I started removing garbage scrapers. If a lot of people tell me, hey, this site, that they always suck, they never seem to work for me. I look at it, I go to the site, And if they don't work on the site either, I get rid of it. That means you're not maintaining it. So there's no need to have them in there. And I removed a ton of them a while back, which is why it's scraping so fast now. But yeah, Placenta doesn't have a lot of links, but the ones it has are usually really, really solid links.
I'm going to answer Optimus here. He's like, how can the AP keys be found? Everything has a trail, buddy. You got to put that APK on a server somewhere, and it's got a trail.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're looking for a source for them, MediaBox Wizard has them. I did a big round of updates to the APKs it has the other day. I don't keep it up to date too much, and the MediaBox Wizard APK or the APK install wizard for my repo for Kodi, no ads within any of it as far as my stuff. Now, the APKs I have on there are the ones from the developers, so most of them do have the ads that have them from the developer. But that's one source for them. Then, of course, I think there's the lovely Smash website.
Is that one still up?
I
thought it was down.
The last time I saw it, he put it back up, and with 3 times more ads on it. I mean, that thing is worse than a porn site now.
Is it that possible?
Oh, well, it is Smash. I mean, you know, he is kind of like a venereal disease, so at least in my own opinion.
I have no personal opinion on Smash. No, at least I'm going to keep it to myself anyway.
You know me, I don't mind giving my opinion.
Oh, I know.
Like assholes, everybody's got them, so you know, why not?
Okay, Mike, just to let you know, I'm going to mute to remove that. You posted that on my YouTube channel.
Yeah, keep using that, Hoss.
Hey, no, because he keeps posting the IP vanish is at 50%. We don't recommend IP vanish, just to let you know that. It is.
I think he should use it. I think it's great. I think certain people should continue to use it. I have a list of the people I think that should use it every day.
RestorePrivacy.com. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
and that's not because of an affiliate either, because that's just a free information website.
Yeah, Mike, RestorePrivacy.com. Go check out the website, just to let you know that.
Matter of fact, I did a video on it a little while back, just to showcase the site itself and the information on it.
So you guys that are asking about the VPNs, we just gave you the address, RestorePrivacy.com. Go check it out. You can find out what's a good one. Go from there.
Yep. Probably one of the best paid ones on there, I would have to say, is Express. But go read up on them. Find one for what you want it to do, and make your own decision on it. They got a bunch of good ones on there that they give you full pros and cons, all the information you would need to make a decision on a VPN, whether it's paid or free.
Yeah. Oh, Alive's in the room. French dude. He has a legit add-on. Well, because his is a live HD and document HD, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we have a last week? Sure, we have a conversation about VPNs every week, just to let you know.
Oh yeah, evidently. Yeah. We got to, because somebody usually asks every week. So somebody asks, we'll cover it.
There's a lot of people that want to ask questions. I mean, how many times did I answered the question, what's the best damn build? What's the best add-on? Oh my God. I mean, you're going to get the same every time you have a live show. There's going to be people who ask a certain question. So
oh yeah,
you just got to push through it.
Yeah, and it's because they may not have gone back and watched the entire previous show if they missed part of it, or this is their first time watching it. So we ask it, we answer and move on.
Okay, RR, who's going to keep what site up? you had a question. Yeah, that's my answer back to him. What about DNS servers? I use the Google ones. I put the
exactly, Butler. Best build's the one you like, the one that works for you.
What I do for my VPN is I just hijack my neighbor's Wi-Fi. That's my VPN.
There you go. Do some research, build you an omnidirectional antenna, stick it on the side of your house, point it at your closest neighbor. There you go.
And then start building add-ons. Although my huge Dave's got a question for me coming. I did get on the phone with the lawyers yesterday from the lawyer's office, not the dude that originally served the papers. And they had told me that the way they track this now, even if you used your neighbor's Wi-Fi, it's still you.
What?
Yeah, well, they can narrow it down to machine, and it's completely possible because I remember a story, and this was years ago, about a guy, I can't remember what state it was in because it hit national news here in the States, that was connecting to his neighbor's Wi-Fi to watch child pornography, and they never stepped foot at the neighbor's house because they knew it was him, because they was able to narrow it down to the individual machine. And that's when they realized that machine was not in his house, in that guy's house, and they realized it was a neighbor doing it.
Just for you, Xert and Optimum, I didn't get into detail on how he was going to track it down from there, just to let you know. I didn't personally care. My answer is like, whatever. It was a great conversation, though. I have to admit, like, everybody I have talked to, from whether it be the regional guy to the lawyer's office, everybody's super nice. Just letting you know.
Maybe it's because they're just a reflection of how you approach them.
Oh, so what you're saying, I should be a dick more?
Well, no. Maybe because you handled things in a upbeat way, you get an upbeat response. If you come at people kind of hard, usually you get a negative response. So, just saying.
Yeah. So the saying is, act more like Teverz, not like Carnage when you respond to one of these letters.
I'll work on. Although I've already decided that and they will be calling me back. Trust me, it's a Montreal phone number for me. Then I'm going to ask them to stop talking to me. I'm done.
You're like, look, we're not besties, okay? Quit calling.
Yeah.
Well, you're not besties anymore because Valentine's came and did they give you any chocolates?
That's a very good point. Okay, that's my valid reason for never wanting to talk to them again. Sorry, but you didn't send me, any presents on Valentine's Day. I'm
chocolate
done.
or flowers.
Yeah.
Did they even call you on Valentine's Day?
Yes, they did, actually.
Oh my God.
I'm in the middle of trying to get some love and leave me alone.
Well, at least Blue sent me Happy Valentine's.
Aww.
So
I didn't get that.
Did I?
So evidently, you're on a first name basis now with them, and they love you.
I wish they'd stop calling. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, they're numbered up. I've got a contact my cell phone called Ignore These Fuckers. And every time I get a spam call, telemarketing or anything like that, I add them to that, and that contact is on my block list.
Some John Crane is still bashing you and blammo. Oh, that's going to go on for life. Now, I'll have you know that in our house, we don't celebrate Valentine's Day. And I have not bought my wife a Valentine's present ever. Because I've always believed that if you need one day to tell your wife, you're screwed. There's 365 days in the year. Make sure she knows every day. That's my rule.
Oh,
okay.
blah, blah, blah. Still get her something on Valentine's Day, you cheap prick.
No, No, so we've never bought any presents, and you know what she did? She bought. I come home on Valentine's Day, and on my desk is a chocolate rose and a whole pile of chocolate candies that are all in teddy bears.
There you go. Wasn't that sweet?
And what did you do?
Not a damn thing. Well,
And how was she after the fact?
She's sucking up right now. Trust me. No. She just. I'll make it up to her. She knows that.
I'll give you a shout out on my live show.
This is what you don't do. Don't be a Teverz. Do you guys use VPNs?
Nope.
I don't.
Yes and no.
I have a VPN, but I only use it for certain things. Otherwise, normally I don't. I personally, I can't stand the fact that I lost half my speed just because I connected to a VPN.
Yeah, I use Real to Bread premium service, so everything I watch is through Real to Bread links. So
yeah, that's neat.
Yeah, I have a VPN as well, but I don't tend to use it.
Well,
It's weird. I forget I have it.
if I want to get illegal geo-block content, I might use my VPN.
I don't even use it then. I just forget that I've got it.
I'm just going to move in with you. That way I can watch my BBCs.
Your BBCs.
Mm-hmm.
Just give it 24 hours. It'll be somewhere else.
I like the real Urban Kings thing. He says, my wife gave me divorce papers on Valentine's Day. Best Valentine's gift I ever got.
Depending on the situation, yeah, I can see where that would be the best one.
Why are divorces cost so much? Because they're worth every dime.
That's right. It said money can't buy happiness, never paid for a divorce.
Exactly.
Uh-oh. Isotets in the house. I don't even know how to pronounce her name. Like, I know her telegraph name. That one's easy, but try pronouncing that.
Ice twat.
Ice twat?
Is a twat. Oh. I think I told her that before. What a twat means in Canada. Is to it. Oh, okay.
Whoops.
I got twat out of it. Sorry, that's just where my mind goes.
Isotits? Oh, that's a good one too. It could be no. Is a twat?
Usually it has two meanings. You can call somebody a twat, which is basically they're like an idiot, or it's a female genitalia.
Generally used as the idiot, of course, though. Yeah.
Generally. But you could say kick your 8 in the twat.
China, we're just bugging you. We still love you. Doesn't ask any personal info or even your email. I don't know what your question is, Mike. Molvad VPN doesn't ask any personal info or your email, and you can pay in cash. I don't think that really matters on the personal info because they're still going to use your IP addresses, which they sell out to you or sell out on you.
I think Dean's comment is worth talking about.
Which one? Oh yeah. Oh, in there.
I'd like everybody's thought on that.
Do I think I'm being harassed? I do.
No, but I think we should read it and then talk about it as a group. What are all our thoughts on that? I think it's a.
Yeah.
I have seen this post numerous times from people that have not got one letter or have not been threatened or harassed in any way. So I think that people that have something to lose should maybe give their opinion.
It's little bit easier said than done as far as fighting it. One, and there's different types of add-ons out there that fall into their line of sight. All right. For me, my add-ons either have legitimate content, free content, or they're scrapers. All right, that's all my all of my add-ons are one or the other. And in certain areas of the world, the scraper ones are a gray area. Some of them it's not allowed, even the scrapers. But where I'm at, I don't, it's a gray area. I'm not providing the content. All right, there's no difference. I mean, literally almost zero difference between scraper and a search engine. And I say that because that's what the scrapers do. They search those sites for the content and display the results. All right. The difference is they can afford to go after me. They can't afford to go after Google. Because let's face it, those are the deepest pockets on the planet when it comes to fighting them legally. Google doesn't blink at multi-billion-dollar buyouts because that's petty money to them. Me, however, that's a different story. And that's the biggest factor there is the money and being able to do that. Hell, just to show up in court, it may cost me several thousand just to fly there and back. That's not something I'm going to do. It's not something.
Okay, I got a question for you guys though. Is ACE a policing entity?
No.
No, it's
so in other words, you're not. It's not yet a legal matter because first of all, like police have not been involved and courts have not been involved. Right now, it's just a letter from a company saying stop doing what you're doing, or else we will go and file charges. Right?
It's
correct.
But they represent.
It doesn't matter. But what I'm saying, Todd, is they're not a legal entity. They're just. True. It's like me. True. It's like me saying, you know what? Sending a letter to somebody and saying you're doing something wrong here. If you don't stop, I'm going to send it to the authorities.
Okay.
Now, if it's a cease and desist letter and you insist, then they shouldn't be bothering you anymore. Because you know what? They don't have a legal right to. Because you know what? They're not a legal. So at that point, it's harassment.
Yeah.
Yes, you asked me to stop, or else I stopped. So now, bugger off.
Yeah, and here's the thing: even if you don't, that doesn't give them the legal right to harass you.
Exactly.
At that point, they need to file.
Yeah.
And go away. As far as
exactly.
you're concerned, at that point, it's between
the next level. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's between you and their attorneys, or your attorney and theirs. And that's it.
Exactly.
You get, they send you a letter. They have proof that you accepted the letter or it was delivered. And, if you don't, then they need to move on to the legal side. They can't just keep contacting you. Yeah. That's where it falls under that harassment category. Now,
exactly.
The catch is, okay, well, I want to do something about that harassment. Well, what are you going to do? I mean, if you file harassment charges on them, then you do bring, what's going on into the eye of the law, whether it's good or bad, doesn't matter at that point. Yeah. Because then they're going to start looking at you themselves rather than this going through a court where it's
See, that's where there's a problem with this system, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you're too scared to go after them, which is awful.
Yeah,
you're no longer doing anything illegal, so stop bugging me.
And here's the thing: if you don't see, if you were doing something questionable or illegal, and you don't cease and desist, that you can't do something about the harassment because it's kind of like a drug dealer. What are you gonna do? Go to the cops and say, "Hey, he's interfering with my supply chain
business." Yeah.
It don't work like that.
I think people have done stupid things like that, to be honest, actually. I think one guy, I think I read one time, went to the cops because he was a drug dealer and somebody stole his stash.
Yeah. And he called the police and reported it stolen.
Well, I don't know. I've got, because what Dean wrote on here is, why are we allowing this harassment? Harassment is illegal. Let's grow a pair and fight these money-hungry fools. Okay, and
you start it. Well, I'll follow suit.
And I have found lots of people that have this comment, and it's easy for someone that has not gotten a letter to tell somebody they should fight. Let's say that in high school, you're the biggest kid in school wants to kick your butt. All your friends tell you, you know what? You need to fight him. Don't run from him. You need to go fight him. But you're the one that's going to get punched in the face, and you're the one that's going to get stomped on out in the parking lot while everybody else watches and says, ooh, that looks bad. Yep. The problem with this is that almost all the people that are in Kodi are doing it as a hobby. There's only one entity that was, one large entity that was in it with a website and all that stuff that's going on for the money part of it. All the people that pretty much got these letters this last time do it for nothing, zero. Most of them don't even have a donation link. So you're telling these people, hey, this is harassment. You'll win in court. Maybe I will. But a civil court case is going to cost you money because you have to go get a lawyer, and you got to get counsel. Well, lawyers are not cheap. If anybody has done it, it's probably in the States. It's going to cost you anywhere from $250 to $300 a minute or an hour.
That's
for
cheap.
For them to look at your case, to just look at it. Well, this is American money, not that funny Canadian money. So
yeah, that's like 18,000 Canadian.
Yeah, it is. So the problem is that you've got people saying you should fight this because you'll win. Maybe you will. Maybe they'll never prove the case. TVA is going through court right now. They've got the money to fight it. But you're telling somebody that may make little to no money on a regular basis, that's making it day by day, to go fight this case. Is it a legal form that they've given you? No. It's a warning basically saying we could, or our clients could, take you to court.
Press charges, yeah.
They could. Again, you're not charged. It's not legal. It's not a legal document. It's not by a lawyer. But they're giving you fair warning, and they're giving you time to adjust. Now, as a person that's making zero money, do you say, you know what, I'm going to fight the good fight and spend $5,000, $6,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 to fight a case, and you get found innocent? All right, you're still out whatever amount of money, the thousands of dollars you spent to go to court, plus got dragged through all the time you spent. So is that worth it for someone that makes nothing off of Kodi? It's just, to me, it's unfair to look at people and say you should fight this. Yeah, why don't you fight this? Because you spend that money and that time, and then tell me how it is on the back end of that.
See, and that's exactly what my lawyer said.
Here's the thing on too. It also impacts your personal life.
Mm-hmm.
I say that because, all right, for example, software developer. That's what you do for a living. You get dragged into court for something like this, your job's probably gone, and you probably won't work in that industry again. Because if they do any type of check and they see your name coming up in software piracy or anything like that, whether you were found innocent or not, at that point it becomes kind of mute. And then plus, even if you work at the local gas station, you go to fight this, and you're gonna have to start taking a lot of time off of work and everything else, and your employer's not going to want to keep you around. So aside from the stress, aside from the daily impact on your mental side, you also have that, and they know that. That's just it. They know that the impacts it'll have, and they're betting on, I'm going to send this letter, and they're not going to be able to do anything about it because they monetarily or physically can't. So they're going to go away, and that's why they do those letters, because they know you can't do it.
And it's fair to say that the guys can't, but it's just, I find it very hypocritical when I see that post and people are like, oh, it's not even a legal document. No, it's not. I mean, nobody says it's a legal document, but it's a fair warning that if they decided to go to court, if they decided to take it to that thing, that would be one more proof that, you know what, and they tell the judge, we gave this client, this person fair warning, and they chose to ignore it. again, not going to work in your favor if you're having to go to court, and if the judge should go against you in this type of situation. So I 100% understand why people quit, and I understand why NAN folded. I mean, you know what? It's everybody at NAN did it for zero money, zero, and your people are like, well, you should have fought it out. For what? I mean, you know what? It's unrealistic expectations. It's unfair, I think, to say that to anybody.
And here's the thing, Dean. I see your most recent comment on there. Are you going to start a GoFundMe for 80 devs? Because you're looking at a lot of people having to be involved in that. And the sad part is there's a lot of them out there, they won't win. What I was talking about earlier with the different type of add-ons, if you have an add-on that provides direct links, you're 100% in the dead wrong, because you're providing that copyrighted material directly. So anybody that has direct links, it's guaranteed that you're going to lose that battle. So, think about that too, because there's a lot of add-ons out there that's the only way they provide the content is direct links. They're not using a scraper like Placenta or, a lot of the others. And those are dead in the wrong. And, and I'm not knocking the devs at all. I'm just, from a legal standpoint, stating how that is when they step into court.
So I'll tell you what my lawyer said. Just, Butch, you're right on. I sat with, and I'll have to, I have some very influential lawyer friends, and their exact words to me was, what I was being asked about was a gray area under Canada law. The TV add-ons lawsuit might clear it up whenever it's done, but at this point, for me to host or for me to point toward Placenta or any add-on like that was a gray area. And the odds are, under current law, I will not lose. But the whole point my lawyer said that you need to be aware of is that if this goes to court, we're talking thousands and thousands of dollars that have to come out of your pocket.
Because an attorney is not going to take on a battle like this pro bono.
Because what do you would have to prove damages to win money. So to say, well, a lawyer taking it on normally, like if you were a personal injury, a lawyer is going to take that on in pro bono and say, you know what, I'll take this case because when they pay you back, I'll get my money. Well, if you're in a civil case like this, you'd have to prove damages. Countersue them. Yeah, countersue, prove damage. So next thing you know, now you're costing more money. It's just it is a scare tactic, but I look at it that I can't blame a single person for saying, you know what, I'm gonna hang this up. I'm gonna do something different, because it's what you can do. I mean, some of the add-ons that were mentioned in some of these letters were complete. There's no content in it, but you put that in there and you send a letter. Is this person willing to fight to go to court and spend that money just to prove you're right? Because you're still out that money.
Yeah.
And
they're representing, billion-dollar corporations.
Yeah. And not just that. They're representing a group of multi-billion-dollar corporations.
Yes.
I mean, that's the only way that, they all team together. So imagine if, just to put it in perspective, we all know Google, we all know how rich they are. Imagine if Google, Amazon, Microsoft, Apple, all teamed together and went after somebody. That money-wise, put that in perspective of how deep those pockets are. And that's what's going on with Ace.
And they're splitting. They are splitting. Of course, they're splitting the cost. So you're talking these humongous companies all splitting the cost to come after one person to pay a lawyer firm or an agency. So each of those companies say, you know what, I'll throw $50,000 in. I'll throw $100,000 into it. And each of these humongous companies throw in, let's just say $50,000. Now, there's a lot of companies on that that are represented by Ace.
Yep.
So all those companies throw in $50,000. Now Ace has got, let's say, $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 in legal money retainer that they can work with. What do you got to work with?
Exactly.
Yeah, and you're living check to check.
I mean, hello. They don't even have to prove it. They just got to keep pulling you to court. We're gonna pull you to court, and then we're gonna hold it off. Oh well.
Well, it's like playing poker with somebody that's got $10,000 and you got $10 to your name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're screwed.
Yeah, they can just keep pushing you.
Yeah, because I do like that reference, Blue, because it's like, okay, tell you what, this bid is $1 million, so you got a $5 bill sitting in front of you, and that's all you got. So what are you going to do at that point? Are you going to call a bluff, or are you going to fold?
Yeah.
That's exactly. So heck, hopefully that answers your question why they're pursuing it. They got the money.
Yep.
And they're losing. They're losing, especially the cable companies. I mean, cutting cable. I guarantee you that's one of the top 20 or 30 Google searches. If you went and looked at what is the the rankings of Google search, I bet you cutting the cord is up there. And you don't think that they don't see the bottom line of people that are looking for other alternatives? People most definitely are, and that's money coming out of their pocket. So they've got to make some type of a counterplay to that.
I was going to say, somebody wanted to know who they took to court. Well, TVA, they're still in court with them.
Yep. And TVA was,
sorry guys, quick question.
Made a lot of money.
TVA was taken to court by MPAA and Ace, or they were taken to court by Bell?
Bell.
In Canada, it's by Bell.
It was MP. I don't think it was MPAA.
DirecTV and I think it was DirecTV or Dish in Texas in the U.S.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think this was the same group though.
No.
To be honest, I mean that's what he's asking. Who was taken to court by these guys? So everybody's getting letters from now. Nobody that I know of.
Actually,
it's fairly new.
Let me pause that. The people I talked to on the phone from the lawyer firm, they are the people that are representing the case against TVA.
Oh, really?
Yep.
So Ace chose the same attorneys because they're already familiar with it.
Ace is behind the lawsuit. Don't get me wrong. So Ace only represents the companies. Ace doesn't have any intellectual property at all. It's the companies.
Basically, MPAA is one company, and Bell Canada could be another company, and like that. You mean?
Yes.
Okay.
Ace is just representing all of them at the beginning of the battle. But when it comes to court, if it was your movie that was being streamed, you're the one that has to file suit because Ace didn't have that.
Yep, and other companies are involved. I think even HBO, the networks themselves are involved with Ace, and it's where they're trying to get a grip on it. I mean, ultimately, everything's going to boil down to
smart lawyers, eh?
I mean,
smart lawyers for choosing that kind of law.
Oh yeah,
it's a game.
Here's the thing: it's all right, and I've seen the same thing in the past. And this is really going to show my age, but when the wares scene was big, and like the top dog out there for anything piracy related. This is way before Pirate Bay or anything like that. Before torrents even were really big, back in the day of when news groups were the thing, FTP sites to get pirated software, they fought that for years and years and years, and then they started going after the groups releasing this stuff eventually, and there was a few of them that are still serving time in prison, but ultimately they couldn't do anything about it. I mean, it's still out there. It's still as big as ever. And they finally, the software companies finally moved on. They just started, doing different things because they realized there wasn't really much they could do. It was just too big. And when it comes to this, the film industry, TV industry, it's more or less the same thing. The difference is there is more money in this than there ever was in software. Same thing with music, and the music industry tried the same thing. Yeah, they took a couple of the big dogs down, but it didn't do any good. The only thing that did any good was premium services like Spotify, things like that. That was the only thing.
Change their business model.
Exactly. And you know, the movie industry, the film industry's got to do the same thing. But they're probably a decade away from being able to do that because they don't want to, because they make too much money. You know, the individual artists were the big push with the music industry because it was impacting, you know, they felt their direct income. Until they realized, wait, there's ways we can supplement it and get that money. So they changed their business model. Some of them are still greedy. Taylor Swift, for example, she pulled hers from a lot of services because they wouldn't pay her what she wanted, like Spotify. So she pulled all her music from Spotify. You know, you're going to get that, and it's kind of the same thing with the film industry now. They're at that point where they're going to try to do the big fight, but ultimately, in the long run, they're not going to be able to squash it. They're going to have to change their business model. You know, DirecTV has dropped entire networks because they got too greedy. And they just continue to get greedy and continue to get even more greedy. And, you know, so DirecTV renegotiated with a ton of them so that they could do streaming only. And then you got Bling or Sling TV, you got you know, all these other services, Hulu and all, that have stepped up. And it's on the verge of that complete industry remodel. Honestly, the actors are probably going to hate it because they're not going to make near as much money under that different model unless they change. But ultimately, that's the big push, money.
Sif says, will developers just come back under different names? Some may. I think that, I mean, that's a very legit thing. I think that you can have people come back under a new name, but keep in mind, if you got served a letter and if you decided that's the route you're going to go, you're like, screw it, I'll just change my name. What happens? You have to take the risk of, what if they find out that I was this person, that I did get a letter back in, you know, February, and I got a letter and then I just changed my name and I tried to be somebody different. You've already been given fair warning the first time, so does that go right to a, you know, now we're going to go to a lawsuit? That's an individual developer has to make up that mind for them. They have to make up their own mind. But I'll say that I do think that things are going to have to be more, definitely more not public about a lot of stuff. People, if you're going to be doing add-ons, if you're going to be doing that stuff, if you want to be a public add-on, you need to be not a big one, number one, and number two, hide everything you're doing, where you're at, so that you know. But
see, a lot of our guys that we know had stuff happen in the last little bit. Started out in Kodi a long time ago, and started out in Kodi as themselves. Mm-hmm. So there are little bits and pieces of themselves out there. They might have changed over the years and got a little more, you know. But if you delve back far enough, you know, you see who they are. So,
right, because they never thought they'd at this point.
Exactly. And we also can tell you that the people that we know that got letters are not coming back.
No, they're all done. And we've talked to, and I give 100% support to all of my friends that have said, you know what, I'm done. Which I'll say, any of them that got letters, they quit. Every single one of them. Mm-hmm. Every single one.
And the thing is, but we have been speaking to them, and we've decided to start a crochet club. So it's because we needed a new hobby. So anybody that wants in is more than welcome. I'll be teaching.
I need a new hobby because I'm bored with that. So I'm gonna start doing more videos because I am so bored.
Yeah, I mean, and unfortunately, you know, it's going to happen. The scare tactics will work for some. Some they won't. But you know, just like you know, DaButcher said, it's I don't knock anybody if they step back, because you know it's their life or livelihood that's on the line. Everything
and their families, yeah.
And we're not talking, you know, not just the money side. You know, that's why they have to take a big step back to make a decision. And I don't begrudge anybody on making that decision, whatever decision they make, because you know ultimately it's up to them, and nobody's going to know, you know, the best course for someone to take than themselves. You know, if they take the wrong course, it's on them. If they feel they need to step back, that's up to them. I mean, you know, I'm not going to begrudge anybody, because for every add-on out there that stops, there's going to be at least 3 that pop up forked from it.
Mm-hmm. We've seen that. I mean,
yeah. I mean, if Placenta went down today, I guarantee you within a week there's going to be at least 1 fork of it out there.
One.
Well, yeah,
probably 3, 4.
You know, and same with Death Stream, same with Neptune Rising. I mean, there's already forks of them out there. Or well, not forks, more like clones, but you know, it's a ever evolving or revolving door. Everybody that goes out, there's people that come in. Why are the cable companies allowed to stream the same copyrighted material? Because they have licenses to do so. All right, just like in China, and here's some education for you that you may not know. In China, they make and sell a Disney box set that has over 200 Disney movies. If you ever buy this thing, it's about $200. But like I said, it's got over like 200 movies in it that are all Disney. It's, you know, either broken English or not great English, whatever on them.
Kind of, and is it not kind of like they sort of rent them, basically? Like, I mean, when you see on Netflix,
there's a company in China that has full legal right to replicate Disney's works and sell it worldwide.
Wow.
And that's the main company. If you do the research on it, that company has this box set. Like I said, it's about $200, and it's got almost every single Disney movie ever made in it, up to a certain year, and we're talking within the last 10 years. All their animated works and even some of the non-animated. But that company has full legal right, long as they make it in China and distribute from China, they can distribute anywhere in the world. And there's several small sub companies of them that distribute elsewhere, but they have full legal right because they paid for it. And they're the only company that has that one. So just like your cable companies, they're paying for the right to redistribute that. Just like on a network channel, they pay for the right to broadcast or rebroadcast that channel. And that's what gives them the legal right.
Although I do remember, and this was just an opinion, not actual fact, because I haven't searched out, but Bell got caught stealing streams.
Yep.
And Bell, I'm saying it's an opinion, not a fact, just to let you know that.
So I mean, you know, there's always, you know, you always have to do your research on it, and I know Teverz and me always hit on that about Kodi stuff. That's everything. You know, just so you're aware.
Yep.
Oh, the guys that set up IPTV services, they're not legit.
And at some point, that's going to be that. I'm actually shocked that they're coming after the other add-ons, but before the IPTV, I'm kind of surprised. But
yeah, well, I did a video earlier this week or last week. There was a major IPTV service in Poland that got hit, and these guys were legit as far as a legit business, but none of their streams were legit or legal. And You know, it's that any IPTV service you see out there involving Kodi or an APK, more than likely it's not legal. And I say that because, you know, the only ones that are the big dogs like Sling and DirecTV and Hulu and those, they're going to be the only ones.
And the cost to get permission to stream a certain channel, even just a channel, just one channel is going to cost you a lot of money. And when you talk that there's IPTVs with hundreds and hundreds of channels, and you think that they can charge you $10 a month, and that's covering the costs for them to rent or to purchase those channels legitly? No way. I mean, it's going to cost more than $10 a month, and so,
isn't it? It's kind of like when a big UFC fight comes up, and I mean, yeah, sometimes you can only get it in one place, but sometimes it's on other stations. You know, they probably paid a shitload of money to be able to broadcast it.
Yeah, well, it's just like a Super Bowl commercial. Those cost, them time slots cost millions.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep.
And you know, it's the same thing with broadcasting. To broadcast, you have to pay that company to be allowed to broadcast them. You know, you see cable companies and satellite companies that lose a channel that they no longer offer because they couldn't work out a deal with them that would be cost effective for them to continue offering that stream through their service, and that's why they drop it. A couple of years ago, DirecTV dropped several because of that, because the companies wanted too much money.
I do know that I did see on Twitter, like I said, I've said that before. I know of, I don't know the names of them because it was a Twitter, but 2 of them did get letters. So they are hit
TV servers.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was quite a few in this last round. I mean, what was it? Probably, and this is just a guess. But I mean, it was what, more than 10, less than 20, something like that. I mean, we have better numbers. We said before it was more than 10, less than 20, but that number may have even grown now. But
oh yeah,
I mean, you know, just from, you know, there was some groups out there that went down. They had more than 10 people in that group. Not all of them got letters, but the ones that quit the groups that didn't get letters, they did so because they knew they'd be next if they stayed with the group name and kept going.
Just to answer your question, Steve, Universal Scrapers. Nan Scrapers is gone and Universal Scrapers is taking over.
Yep. And Donnie, is Real DaButcher legit?
It's trustworthy.
Yeah. Ask if Real DaButcher's legit. Real DaButcher is a download, enhanced download service. It's not just for streaming. Yes, they do support a lot of the hosts out there that are used by different sites to stream movies, but they are it's kind of like an enhanced download service. You know, those have been around for decades. But that's all it is, and people have just used the API to integrate it into Resolve URL, URL Resolver, and different add-ons. You know, that's all it is. So it is a legit service, and they don't do work for just streaming. You know, I can. For example, there's an add-on for Chrome for Real DaButcher. You authorize the add-on to your Real DaButcher account, and it lets you download certain files on websites that they support that host. And it allows you to download them through their servers, which gives you an enhanced speed, which is the purpose of the service.
I'm not getting any more questions here. Just to reiterate, guys, Nan is gone.
Yep. And Urban Kings, feel you on that one. I used to use Perch back in the day, if that tells you how far back I go. And quiet, Thievery. I did all kinds of scripting in Perch, but yeah, I sat on a specific network back in the day in IRC, and yeah, it's been a while since I've used IRC though.
I posted in the chat where I saw that somebody had uploaded some of the gen files, so I posted that in the chat off to the side. So if people are wanting the gen and the one that says team add-on or add-on team or something like that, I can't remember what it was called, that is the Borg. So those are the two that I've seen. That was the only links that I've kind of seen. So if I see a different one, I will give it out so that people, or if they want the zip file, that they're able to get the zips.
It's not working.
What are you talking about? I just clicked it.
I got forbidden.
Huh.
They say no, you stayed away.
What about that's weird, because I just clicked it and it came up for me until I got the file.
You do not have permission to access on this server. Oh, and that's going to kodyaddons.uk. That's like when I actually clicked on your link, it says that particular folder is not there.
Oh yeah, that's what it told me.
Really? Wonder why I'm seeing it. Okay. All right. Well,
there's a special character in the URL. If you click on it, just go to the end of the URL, hit backspace once, and it loads right up to you.
Oh, is that put the question mark because it's in Google or in Hangouts? Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, it puts it in there.
Yeah, it puts a special character white space at the end. If you just do a backspace at the end of it, it'll load right up.
There it is.
It looks like it has just as an FYI this was a few days ago, it looks like. So it has the NAND scrapers, which, yeah, like they said, they're being replaced. Some people have forked them off, so you'll just have to wait for the universal one. So I'll post whatever links, but I don't know until people upload them or do whatever they're going to do to get them out there. Because I don't want to be part of that. I'll just give it information.
Teverz, your link does the same thing. It's if you click on the link and it gives you a 404, just go up in your address bar, hit backspace once. It won't delete the last character in the URL, but you'll see it flash and then hit enter and it should load right up.
Yeah.
Which explains why my Hangouts hasn't been working on my phone lately, because I've been clicking on the links from YouTube chat. So now I know I'll need to copy them out and do that.
Oh, you know what I forgot to tell you guys at the beginning? I'll let you know that the lawyers I talked to the other day have watched my live. just to let you know, because they quoted some of the things. Actually, I think they watched the one with Super Dell too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Talking about Granny.
Yeah. Well, it seems I put my face out there on purpose, and now I drew attention to myself.
Yeah, I've been debating about doing some videos using the Surface, but I'm like, I don't know.
No.
But yeah, guys, if you want to get any URL that we put in YouTube chat, looks like you click on it. If you get a 404, just hit backspace on the address bar once and hit enter, and should work.
Yeah, I'll save that. I'll post it somewhere.
Yeah, we put it in the description post video.
So yeah, that'll get you the gen, but I don't know if that's. I know, again, because I worked all week, so I'm so far behind on catching up. When there's 400 messages in the room, I don't always read every one of them. I think that there's going to be a version that basically changes from using the NAND to the universal. Or I thought about actually making a video to show people that had gens and that wanted to use that, how to go through it. We'll see. I know that Blue talked about it, so I don't know who's going to make a video to actually show people that have an older version how to convert if they want.
Right, you're about to mess up Trademark's life, right?
As long as it's not Steve's or Jayton's, I'll leave those to Blue to handle.
There you go, Blue. You're loved.
No, she can't be listening because she'd have had something to say about Steve.
Poor Steve. I took on him a lot.
Poor Steve. Poor you. I broke it. I broke it again. Did you
How many
touch
times
it?
did I say to him, do not touch your add-on? And then a day later, it's broken. Like, oh my God, you're missing like a whole folder of stuff. Well, I didn't touch it. Well, somebody touched it.
Maybe Steve just likes touching.
Holy smokes.
He just can't keep his hands off it.
Thanks.
Look at Gordon. Jeez.
Thanks, Gordon. I'll make sure that money gets somewhere good. I promise.
Yep.
Go ahead. Finish.
No. Dabs on you, bud.
No, I was looking at. Someone says, could someone link me to the Metallic K version? You're gonna have to look on. I don't know. I hate to tell people to go to all these weird repos, but you'll have to look around to someone that has it. But I'm thinking that when Q killed it, it seems to be that for one of my builds that I had made week before, it's almost like Metallic is gone. It's not even in the build anymore. So I don't know if he did that or how that all worked out.
Well, according to Sherry, Streetwise has it in their repo.
Okay.
Yeah, they added that and extended info mod both. There's been a few of them out there that's done it because they use it in their builds. So they just put it on their repo.
Good. It's good to know it's out there.
Yeah,
that's my favorite. I swear it is.
And it's I know quite a few that use it in builds, and so far the several of the ones I've seen that they've added it to their repo because of it.
Let me answer this question to Kevin Shaw. I'm assuming you're talking Facebook Messenger. You are, bud. I'm experiencing that as an admin in my own page for the Teverz page. I can't even post my Teverz.com anymore. Never mind in Messenger. In my Facebook Teverz page. I talked to Facebook. I got an email back from them talking about that they've changed their system and that they're hoping that it will straighten out eventually. Is that the best way? Yeah, that's pretty well how they said it.
It's broken. We're praying one day it just works.
Yeah. Is Streetwise on the naughty or nice list? Actually, I don't remember if I reviewed it or not. Let me go check.
Let's see here. Let me look at the spreadsheet because the site's down right now where the freaking repo is causing 5 billion tons of traffic.
It's on the naughty list.
Oh.
Probably because he was hosting add-ons that weren't his.
He had the wrong versions of them. He bumped the version numbers, stuff like that, unless I'm mistaken.
Yep. That's exactly what I reviewed. It wouldn't be on there. Like it says wrong versions on the naughty. Yeah.
Yeah, and that usually means that they bumped the version. If they have an old version, that's fine. Because an old version won't force update a newer version you have.
Down. Okay, so that answered that question. But
questions answered.
People think it's honestly, I don't have their repo in my. I don't know what the address is, so.
Yeah, I removed it from mine a while back.
Yeah.
I went through and removed a bunch yesterday off my dev machine too, where I was having issues. That's before we found out it was GitLab and having issues.
Brian, how'd you know I'm a Boston Bruin fan? No, I seriously am a Boston Bruin fan, by the way. Steve wants to know, is Metallic broken?
I don't know. I don't use it.
I have. It was. It's working on. I have it on my wife's out on hers, and it's working still on there.
It's not broken. It's not broken. It's just gone from the repo it was in.
Yeah.
Or the APIs are down.
If you had the zip.
I think maybe he's worried because the track's not working, right? Because the APIs are down.
Yeah, and you can just get your own API and add it in there, can you not?
Yeah, if you know what you're doing, yeah.
Look around.
Yep. I guess I need to do a track
just like the rest of us do.
Yeah.
Where can you find the naughty and nice list? I'll post it up again.
Right now it won't load.
Yeah, it's being hit.
Because the Tantrum servers are being slammed. But definitely, you can bookmark it because eventually that traffic will slow down.
Hey, all right, all right, it's posted up again. Hopefully that answers your question. Some at times an older add-on won't update. Is it best to just reinstall the repo? I like somebody's video, like when you go install from repository, and if you hit the left button and you hit that check for updates, it'll actually check for updates on all your repository, because Kodi can be buggy when it comes to checking for updates.
Yeah, it's weird.
Sometimes the add-on database file gets, I don't want to say corrupted, but it gets an error and it won't update. Now, if you delete that add-on database file, then you have to reauthorize all the add-ons again. So
and re-enable them.
Yeah. So it's kind of a pain in the butt. So what you could do is I would uninstall the add-on, clear your cache. I shut down Kodi, reboot Kodi back up, and then I go back and reinstall it from the correct repo. Is how.
But before you uninstall an add-on, make sure the add-on is still on a repo, because if it's not and you delete it, you're not getting it back.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That is a good point.
Yep. Very good.
Right now, and especially in this day where people are wiping their stuff.
Don't delete Elysium or you're screwed.
Yeah, it's gone.
Or Metallic, or EIM, or
or a major number list of them.
Yeah. There's been a big reshuffling.
And that's all right. But the thing, I said it, I think on your previous show or my previous show, I don't even remember what it was, and it's last week, and I said, people talking about Kodi's dying. I was like, BS. And I think that we're in a really golden age of Kodi with the add-ons and stuff that's growing in the amount of people that are creating add-ons, thanks to a large part thanks to Jen, because you have a lot of those, but you also have a lot of people that have taken over the old forks, and like Placenta or the Death Streams and those things that have actually done a really good job of learning and sharing and improving these add-ons. So I see just tons and tons of add-ons that are here. That's, to me, it's gives me encouragement. And when I see some of the Gen chats and the discussions that people have, and the people that have never made an add-on in their life are so excited because they created one, be it private or public, created one, and they're like, oh man, I've got this. Now I want to learn a little bit of Python. I'm looking at the code. I'm looking at the XMLs. I'm looking, or they're actually looking at the default Pi. What's in the default Pi? How do I make a plugin? You see these people, and even people that said, hey, I want to work on scrapers. I want to make some scrapers. And you see these people that never had it done, but they are eager to learn. To me, it's a great time. You can't grow. Sometimes you got to kill some of the grass and pull some of the weeds to get new grass and new flowers to grow. And I think
exactly
some's out with the old and makes room for the new stuff to grow.
I look at the community itself like, okay, so let's go back to, say, a year and a half, 2 years ago, and look how many devs there were then, and look how many people are now.
Oh, yeah.
That number is growing.
Yeah. And now, in all fairness, it'd be the devil's advocate, your old school developers laugh at a lot of the Gen add-on developers, and they do.
I don't know if you could call most people that have a Gen developers. I'm
right,
not.
But well,
I have a Gen.
Right. I mean, I don't consider myself a developer for sure because of what I know. But there are people that created an add-on, but they've piqued their interest. Now they
I don't know if Gen would be a good example though, to be honest. Just because it was, pretty much working from the get-go. But I mean, there are a lot of people who started out as playlisters or had little add-ons that have now become really good devs.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, just from what I see, right? And I'm not mentioning any names, but I've seen people who started off, with a Gen template, who've now gone farther, learning how to scrape, learning how to code, learning how to, and that's what I'm saying. Like,
add new plugins, Yep.
That's my point.
And that is coding, yeah, exactly.
And most of these guys started, on the Gen template, and it just got encouraged to go up from there. And that's what I'm. So, I tell people, like, are you guys afraid that you're going to lose all the devs and all the add-ons are going? Oh, heck no! You lose one, 10 more pop up.
Yeah.
This community is just going to get better. Yeah.
I think I said this before too. Like, a lot of times, I mean, when you don't have anything to play with, it's hard to become a developer. Now that you have a Gen, you make a Gen, you have it working. Keep a copy of it, zip it up, save it somewhere, then mess around with it. Uncomment stuff out, see what happens when you do that. Then you'll get to understand what each of the things does in it. Like, I remember one time I went through Bob, and I made a breakdown list of when I uncommented out this module, this is what happens. When you know what I mean? So I know exactly what each section of it is doing. But so when you have your own add-on, you're braver, and you have one that's working. Keep the zip somewhere so that if you completely screw it up, you can go back to basics again. But I mean, the best way to learn is to delve right in there and figure out exactly what everything does in it.
Definitely.
And you know what? Google is your friend. Lots of times you can just copy over something really simple, like a little bit of code, into Google, and it'll take you to what's that site that has where you'll see most of the fixes and stuff. What's that called?
Stack Overflow? I don't know.
Stack Overflow. That's exactly it. 99% of the time, somebody in Stack Overflow is asked the exact same question, and they'll describe to you exactly what it does and stuff.
Yep.
I don't know. I think that having so many gens out there, a majority of people won't become developers, but you know what? I've already seen about 6 people who have completely gone in a different direction with their gen.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. I'm just thinking about the discussion I had with Judge the other day. And Tantrum, a few of us were trying to get that speed test to work inside of my wizard. Okay, and I tried all the Python ways of doing it. I did learn that there are Kodi commands that I have no clue. But as soon as Judge showed me the Kodi command, boom, it went. So, what I'm saying to you guys out there is that there's a lot of help out there, there's a lot of support, and it's just about learning the different things. But if you're enthused about learning it and you want to become, you have that. Everybody out there has that potential to become as good as the guys that are stepped aside now.
Yep.
There's a question that says, when will the Borg be back? The Borg is the people that were in the Borg, all of them. Well, I won't say all of them. The Borg, we closed it due to all of these letters, and did we all want to be out there? Because I'll be honest, that add-on was going to crush just about all the other add-ons. If you were, I guess it's not a competition, but it was an all-in-one add-on. It had everything. It was going to be, it was really, really good. But people decided that they didn't want to be in that spotlight with all of this going on.
But I know some of us aren't, but I think some of them still want to continue on with it though. And it probably will come out again eventually with new additions to it.
New people.
But at the same token too, Borg is out there. And what that means is we're going to see other groups, like we hoped, that are going to be having these new add-ons coming out that they're going to group together. I've already been hit up by 2 separate people that want to start their own Borg. So I'm sure we'll be seeing more of them in the future.
Yeah, because all it is It's basically a big gen, and you can pull together as many people as you want, 2 to 100, and pull those add-ons together to make one super add-on. So we're gonna. The hope was that we were gonna see bunches of groups pull together and create these mega add-ons, and see. To me, it's just exciting because I want to see what people will do and the creativity of people. Because I mean, I'm not the best at a lot of stuff, but some of the people have some really good creativity. I know that Blue is an awesome Photoshopper. And
I don't know if I'd say awesome.
She's where I go to get all my Photoshop stuff done. I'm like, oh, would you fix this for me?
Yeah, let's not start about your icons again, eh?
Hey.
That one day when he was like, "Oh, Gandalf, I love your icons. They're so wonderful." Yeah, they're not like nothing like mine. Mine are just basic, whatever. I made his. I'm like, you little bastard.
It wasn't meant like that.
Do anybody know a good bill with a stable sports devil in movies?
Huh?
Well, that was the question from Brian. Just to let you know, Brian, all of us opinions back. Whatever build works for you, that's the best build.
Yep, because, you know, anything with placenta in it, it's great. I'm just saying. Anything with extremes in it, it's great.
Go
I'm just saying.
find those add-ons. Go out and find the add-ons you're looking for if they're not in the build.
Yeah.
You can always
yourself.
And answering Mike, just to let you know, Red Hood, I know he's moved things around. I'm trying to get a hold of him to talk to him to find out what's going on with that as well. Just to let you know. Wow, we caught up on the questions.
Everybody's scrambling right now, and a lot of people moved over to GitLab, and you know, so you're going to see repo updates, wizard updates, things like that because of moves like that. Only problem right now is GitLab got slammed because of it. And by slammed, I'm just talking about the updates, Kodi updating itself from people's repos. That happened yesterday, and it took some of their back-end servers down. I think their Twitter account said that the server was getting quote-unquote abused, and that would be my guess was Kodi repos being on the same back-end server and just getting hit massively for updates. And that's probably what caused that. They probably responded by doing some type of block or something because of it. That's just an educated guess.
Could be. Well, I know what happened with Red Hood, actually. I just have to find out what he's going to do about it, that's all. Because I host him on my server. My shield is not allowing play of some APKs. Why? I can answer this. Okay, I don't know if you know, Chris. Like, so the NVIDIA Shield runs Android TV, not Android, but Android TV. You're not going to find in the Play Store. You're not going to find a lot of add-ons, and a lot of the I'm just going to use Modbro for example. A lot of the add-ons out there need a mouse or something to move around, and some of the add-ons won't work, and your NVIDIA Shield doesn't have a mouse, or at least I don't think it does.
You can use the joystick in some aspects. Like one of the joysticks can be a mouse on certain apps.
But other than that, that's why some apps don't always play as well.
I actually found it. There was a couple APKs that I could never get the video to play right. I want to say Momdro was one of them that I could not get that. I could hear it, but I don't know what was up with the codec, and I couldn't change. I could never get it run, so I ended up just saying scrap it. I mean, I didn't need it. I was gonna just mess around with it.
Well, Modbro requires a player. So
right, and you only had the one player. I couldn't change. You can't change the player. I don't know. I could never get it to. But all the other APKs I used to install and I tested from Droid Buddy back in the day. I almost installed every one of those on my Shield. But to be honest, just like a bunch of add-ons, do you need you know, tons and tons of APKs? Probably not. Probably can get away with like 1 or 2 at the most.
Yeah, 2 to 3. I mean, you know, one for that's really spot on and good for your area for movies and TV shows, and then maybe one for sports and
okay, yeah, live. Okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's Mobdro or I'll be honest, LiveNet TV is my go-to APK when it comes to anything live. They haven't updated that APK in what years? Because they do so much on the back end that's remote, and it just continues to work. You know, there's several of them out there if you're into wrestling right now, with Wrestling on Demand going silent. Free Flicks and a few others out there, Swift streams, I think, have the WWE Network on them. For those that are looking for, I think there's a pay-per-view tonight, maybe, or here in the next few weeks. So I know people are going to ask the question, how can I find that? APKs. But yeah, I mean, it's finding, just like with builds for Kodi, man, it's finding the ones that work for you, that work in your area and that you like the interface on.
See, Dean's giving you guys all a heads up and thank you. Dean, I'm gonna let you know I'm want the attention, not because I want attention or respect from the developers. The truth is, I want this to become shown exactly what it is. To me, it's a scare tactic, and if they're willing to take me to court, I want to see that. That's why I'm standing up. But I don't think I like to be harassed, and like I said earlier in the show, the next time that they call me, I'm going to tell them that's enough. Stop calling.
Like, look, you know, you're not my bestie. We're not going to be besties. Just back off.
Yeah. Well, unless he's willing to pay for me to go on a fishing trip to Florida with him, and then I might.
Oh yeah. Or tell him, you know, if you keep calling, I'm just going to have to start charging you all, because you know, I'm a consultant. You know, you're taking my time up. I have to start sending you invoices. What's your address?
If they're willing to take me and Blue and Butcher and yourself all on a fishing trip, then I'll continue to talk to them. That's my new arrangement. So you guys out there who are watching, the 4 of us on this panel want to go on a fishing trip. If you want to keep phoning me, you have to take us all fishing.
All expenses paid.
Yep.
All expenses. And by God, if I'm on a fishing trip, you're about to find out how much I can drink.
Wait, never mind. If we're taking Butch with us, that's going to be double the amount.
Exactly.
Yeah. I need some honeys. Honeys.
And then, oh yeah. And then we're going to do live shows while we're on that fishing trip.
Well, I'll allow you to use my my hotspot because I have unlimited data. So
there we
use
go.
my hotspot. So that'll be my contribution.
There we go. I'll bring the Surface. We'll use it to.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, but just remember, guys, you're paying for the trip. Got it.
That's right. They got to pay.
What exactly gets deleted when you delete a package? When you mean packages, you mean a repo?
No, he's probably mean like when the packages, you know, when it says clear packages, the updates, the zip.
Well, if you uninstall an add-on, it
yeah.
removes just the add-on, not the repo. If you uninstall a repo, it just removes the repo add-on. It doesn't remove the add-ons contained within that repo.
Well, because I think, thanks Butch for clarifying that off with me. So when you update, it puts it into the package folder, and it's called, like, the zip file. Let's just say you updated Placenta. Well, it'll download the zip file, put it into the package load, and then unload it. But it keeps it in the package folder until somebody deletes it. So if you're running a wizard that says delete the package, it's just deleting something it doesn't use anymore. That's all.
The only reason to keep old packages, which I've never had to do this, but some people will keep the old packages, the old zips. So in case there's a bad update and you're like, oh my gosh, this update's crap, I want to go back to the previous version, you can go back to a previous version. But I can't think of a time where I couldn't wait a day for the developer to actually fix it. So that's the only reason. And plus, if you're on a device with limited space, you're just deleting that zip file that you really don't need.
Exactly. I'm going to answer Steve too, by the way. Giving me the hats off, buddy. I mean, thank you for the hats, but the truth is, those guys that have decided to step away or retire or doing, they deserve a hats off as well, because they've given us so much. So we should thank them as well, even though they've decided to step down. They're as much my hero. Actually, they're more of my hero. Where is the Kodi file structure or the zip packages stored? Actually, it's stored underneath the add-on folder. If I'm correct?
Yep, in a folder called packages.
Yeah. And then there's another folder down there called temp, which Kodi doesn't always clean out properly either.
Yeah, that thing's
Sorry, are we talking about the packages inside the add-ons folder?
Yeah, inside of Kodi. Where...
Yeah, I mean, right inside the add-ons folder, there's the packages folder.
Yeah.
That's why usually if you're manually uninstalling stuff, it's good to remove that as well. Packages. And if you're zipping up a build, remove that because it's big.
Yeah, and especially the temp folder too, because they can be even bigger.
Yeah.
Any idea when I tried update, but you're getting a install dependency here? Well, that's because right now we're having some issues with the Blamo repo. Patience is a virtue.
Yep, there'll be a little bit before. I mean, I don't know if you got something going on after the show, T. It's Sunday, so it's our house cleaning day. So I'll be doing that after the show before I start looking into anything with repos again. Mine, I just gotta wait. Tantrum repos just getting hammered, but the Blamo repo we'll be able to look into for a quicker solution, hopefully.
How'd you let you know your website's back up, Tantrum?
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's slow, but it's working.
Well, if it's slow, that means it's still, so the traffic's starting to die off as people get stuff.
You gotta let me know what add-on is attacking you so I can install it on all my builds.
Well, I think it's just where I updated the repo, and then I mean, I updated the repo version, and because I added links to modules for all and some other items, and because of chocolate salty balls being on there,
yeah,
and updated chocolate salty balls. And with Blamo's down because of GitLab, anybody that had my repo with Blamo's pulled it from chocolate salty balls instead. So yeah, that's probably the main one hitting it. I do know that, bring it up here, aside from the MD5 file being the top requested today, one of the other top requested ones is the download zip for the repo update.
Ah, so somebody really loves you. Okay, well, so we're not getting any more questions here. So we'll just give one last shout out, guys. If you got any questions, shoot it up. If you don't have any more questions, we're just going to end the call. And now we have to give them 30 seconds to reply.
Woo.
Yes, I have a nice pink bear. I'm eating all the candy that my wife bought me for Valentine's while we're on the show.
Good, my lunch is ready. I'm ready to eat.
What are you having?
I cooked up a DiGiorno pizza, so I don't have to go nowhere.
Oh.
Today, I'm not going to do jack squat today. I was going to fix my build, but we can see that's not going to happen with all repo issues. So, well, I'll watch the Daytona 500 today.
Oh.
I do live in the South. I can't help it.
You know, I love the Daytona. There was a minute. Where are we? Any thought clearing up the cache on startup? If you've got a 1 gig box like a Fire Stick, like the first gen, I recommend it. But other than that, no. Once a month, once a week, whatever. That's good. And the tutorial on deciphering an error log. You know what, Butch, Tantrum? That might be a good tutorial video.
On what?
How to decipher that log. The Kodi log.
But it depends. Yeah, but it also depends what the issue is. I mean, sometimes it's a standard issue and you can figure it out, but sometimes they'll give you says it to a certain spot, a certain line of code.
Yeah,
I mean,
depending.
usually it gives you an idea of where to look.
Yeah, but usually, like, okay, when I look at those errors, right above, like, when it gives the Python errors, the exception, usually right above it, 1 or 2 lines, it'll tell you what it was. Like whether it was a 404 error or a 403 or something like that. Yeah. All right, then I think we should end it for there. I mean, I'm all done unless you guys got more to say.
I don't really have anything else to say.
No, I think I'm good. Okay.
Just, I would just say to people that are using the gens and gen templates and all that stuff, I'll try to do some videos as I gather the information for it. Since I'm not as involved as I was before, I give me some time to actually get the information so that I can show it to people. I will try to show people how to update stuff, what's changing, and I'll try to do my best on that. I know that Blue is helping with that, so hopefully we can get some things going to teach people so that they can keep that going.
I do actually have something to say too.
Yeah, go ahead, Blue.
Just on an end note, yes, the NAND developers are gone, and they're gone for good. They're not coming back. And Universal Scrapers is trustworthy. That's all I got to say.
I agree.
Agreed. And Mike Benjamin, yeah, Tantrum Repo's getting hammered right now. So artwork that, there's all kinds of stuff not loading. Receiving millions of requests per hour, and the server's just having a stroke because of it. Yeah, aside from that, once the traffic calms down, things will be able to, if there is anything that's broke right there, we can take care of that. I can take care of that then. But until that happens, the traffic dies down. There's not much I can do there. As far as Blamo repo guys, there was an issue yesterday with GitLab, and since then, a lot of repos on GitLab are being impacted. We don't know quite yet definitively what's going on there, but we'll be looking into that today as well. If it requires us to change hosts, we will, but we have to look into it, try to dig into it, find out what's going on, and make the correct decision on what we need to do next. Whatever that decision is, once it's done, I'll probably be doing a video to give you all a heads up on what's changed or what you can do to get reconnected. But we may wait a while. I know some people are going to be constantly monitoring certain folders or certain places looking for an update. So before we announce anything, we may wait and let those people get their stuff, let them people fix themselves that are hammering it, trying to get a fix, and then announce it for all the other people that are waiting. That way we kind of reduce any immediate impact from the announcement of people rushing to do it.
My answer to you, Justin, just to let you know, with all the stuff that's going on, I apologize that you have to keep updating it manually, but welcome to Kodi.
It happens from time to time.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's why it's nice to have a little bit of knowledge about it.
Yeah. It's a learning experience, yeah.
Yeah, and that's why we're here, to keep you updated too.
All right, guys. Blue, you want to say your goodbyes?
Goodbye.
Oh, I love your simple ones. Butch, you, bud?
Thanks to everybody, and I'll I'll see you on my next video, whenever that is.
Tant, buddy, it's all yours.
All right. Appreciate everybody that tuned in today. Everybody that's going to watch the replay later. Gordon, specifically, big shout out to you, bud. Appreciate kickback, super chat. So that's it for me. I'll have an update for y'all on the repos as we're able to get things straightened out and traffic calms down.
Yep. All right, guys. And Tantrum has no clue what I'm about to say. I'm actually going on a vacation in 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks, there will not be a live show. I don't do on a Sunday very often. Tantrum's going to have a whole weekend to himself to play with himself. Which is good.
Well, I may do a live show on my channel. Who knows?
Oh, yeah, true. You could do one. Okay.
I've been debating putting one together.
I think you should, buddy. Just want to let you go. This isn't normally on every Sunday. Tantrum and I put it together. We try and have as many people come onto the show as we can. It's not always easy because, you know, trust me, we enjoy Blue and Butch. They're awesome. But they have busy lives too. So, but you guys out there, thank you so much for watching again. We greatly appreciate every single one of you. My love goes out to all of you. You guys have a great time. And if you have any questions, you know where to find us. Thanks, guys. Have a